Morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're okay and all got on okay with your conversions yesterday. Thanks for all the work that you have sent in. So today's work, let me get sharing my screen so we can get on. Still doing some more on some metric units, a little bit like we did yesterday. So let me sort this out. Here we go. Now, these two children are at school, Jamila and Olivia, and they are looking to make a charity chain of coins. And they're trying to raise 1 kilometre of 1p coins for charity. So Olivia's thinking, I wonder how much money we'll raise if we manage to make a kilometre of 1p coins. Now, Jamila has said that she knows that each 1p coin is about 1 centimetre long. So if they lay them out flat, how many do they need to use in order to make a line that is 1 kilometre long? That's what we're going to have a look at now. So if 1p coin is 1 centimetre long, that means that 100 penny coins will be 1 metre, because we know that there's 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So that's our first fact. Now, in 1 kilometre, there are 1,000 metres. Now, we've got at the moment 1 metre, which is 100, so we've got to times that by 1,000 in order to make a kilometre. So that means at the moment we're going to need 100,000 1p coins to make a line that's 1 kilometre long. That's a lot of pennies, isn't it? Now from there we've got to decide that how much money that's going to raise, so that we know 100 pennies is £1. So at the moment we've got 100,000. So if we do 100,000 divided by 100, that's going to give us £1,000 we've raised for charity. Now, I think this is quite a confusing question because there's lots of converting. We're going from centimetres into metres and then into kilometres, and then we've got to divide it back again into our money. So we're dividing then again by 100. So these sorts of questions, this is where it's a bit difficult when I haven't got my board, is to really set them out carefully with each part, what you're converting, what you're dividing or multiplying by, in order to make them a bit easier. Okay, now Olivia has made a chain of coins which is 600 millimetres long. Okay, now we're in millimetres this time. Let me just have a little remember. If I've got 1 centimetre, I've got 10 millimetres, haven't I? There's my conversion I might need for this one. Each coin is 1 centimetre wide. Now it says use both methods to work out how many metres a chain of coins is. Now, so this is method 1. This is like a 2-step method. So first of all, this is where Olivia converts into centimetres and then converts into metres, because I think the important thing to note here is that the question is asking for our final answer to be in metres. Now we're starting in millimetres, and we know that each coin is 1 centimetre wide, so there's a lot of things going on here. So first of all, let's have a look at this method. We're going to start over on the side where it says 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres. So we've got to convert from millimetres into centimetres. So we're going to divide by 10. So our very first job that we have to do is we have to do 600 divided by 10. So I'm going to try and squeeze it in here. It's not very big, this box, for when I'm trying to write with this little cursor. So if I've done 600 and I've divided by 10, what am I going to get? Everything's moving one place smaller. So I'm going to get an answer of 60, aren't I? Oh dear, I can't quite write it straight in there because everything's jumped one place in my box. You see, so here's my funny 6 and here's my 0. And then step 2, so it's 60 centimetres. I've now got to convert that into metres. So in order to do that, I've now got to put my 60 in here as best that I can. And this time, because I'm going from metres into centimetres, I've got to divide it by, oh, it's not working again. Keep doing this, isn't it? I've got to divide by 100. So I'm going to use this box over here to help me. I'm going to put my 60 into there. Now, if I'm dividing by 100, remember there's 2 zeros, so I'm moving 2 places smaller. So let's start with this 6. Tens, it's going to go 1 around the decimal place over here, isn't it? Because that's 2 jumps. You can see 1, 2. The 0 would go 1 over here. Now I can't just leave it like that, I have to put in the ones column a placeholder 0. So Olivia's chain of coins is going to be 0.6 meters. Oops, long. Look at that. Mrs. Lodge's funny handwriting with this. It's because I'm trying to use a silly mouse. So that's method 1, which is okay, but it's a bit too steppy. Now I prefer this method because if you could go straight from millimeters into meters. It's only one step, because we know that 1 meter is the same as 1,000 millimeters, which means all we have to do is we go straight from here. We started 600 millimeters, okay, and we divide by 1,000. I think I'm going to fit 3 zeros in here. Let me see. Ooh, like that. So it's already drawn this in. So if we're dividing by 1,000 this time, this looks a bit like a 1, doesn't it? And it should be a 0. That means we're going to jump 3 spaces. So the 6 is going to go 1, 2, 3 here, and we've got our placeholder here. So we get the same answer, but we're straight there. And I think that might be a little bit of a better method personally. Okay. All right, let's try this next one. So it says here, put these steps in the correct order to show how to work out how far he walks in centimetres. Now it says Max walks 0.5 kilometre to Bella's house. I'm going to change it into centimetres. Whoa, from kilometres. So kilometres to metres to centimetres. Blimey. So first of all, I've put the first one down here, or now called it A. It says half. We need to know what half is as a decimal. Okay, and that is 0.5, isn't it? What would we do next? Would we have to change meters into centimeters by multiplying by 100? Or do we need to change kilometers into meters? I think we've got to, because we're thinking kilometers, then it's meters, then it's centimeters. So I think we've got to do C next, haven't we? Look, it's doing its funny thing now. So then convert to meters. So if we are converting 0.5 kilometers to meters, that means we've got to times it by 1,000. So 0.5 times 1,000 is 500 meters. So that's at 0.5 kilometre, isn't it? So the last one must be, can change the meter into centimetres by multiplying by 100. So 500 times 100, so 2 places bigger, means it's 50,000 centimetres. Makes it sound a big number, doesn't it? 0.5 kilometre is the same as 50,000 centimetres. So that shows really that they're the steps that you've got to do if you're changing from kilometres all the way down to centimetres. Okay, so here is your work for today. You're going to be working on Power Maths, page 120 to 122. My face, I can't find my cursor now, I can't move it off there. Oh, here we are. There we go. So that's better, page 120 to 122. So take care with this one, because some of these are quite tricky, but just work through systematically and you can do it. And send me some pictures of your finished work, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.